Hey everybody, welcome! It is Set for Life. Why Set for Life? Because we all want to be set for life. And Jesus came that we might have life and have it to the full. And that's what we're seeking after. Each and every day, we're getting together, we're trying to get better together because we're seeking after the life that God has for us together. So thank you. Thank you guys for getting on here, for being part of this, for carving out a little time of your day each day to get better, to get on here. Why? Because when our walk gets better, our world gets better, and that's what we're striving after. So thanks again, and we're going to jump right in. Today, I want to talk about something that we've been kind of doing over this whole span of this last month. When I was looking into the idea of, hey, let's do something like a life coaching type thing where, we're just trying to get better at life and make good decisions. I was doing some studying and I came across a message by Chip Ingram called "The Best Advice I Ever Got." And so I've been going through the different points of that message over the last couple weeks, and I encourage you to check out his message. It's called "The Best Advice I Ever Got." It's 5 points. We're up to 4 today. We're going to do the fourth one today. And the first one is buy an alarm clock. And that's the principle of priority. We want to make sure that we're setting our priorities in our day. The second one is take out the trash. And the reason for that is that's the principle of transformation, getting rid of the junk in our life so that we can actually hear from God. The third one is do the dishes. Do the dishes. It's the principle of responsibility. It's being able to see the things that need done based off of our abilities and our talents, what we can do to make things better, and not being focused on ourselves, but just going and saying, hey, this needs to get done, I'm going to do it. It's the principle of responsibility. And why these principles? Well, because if we really want life change, if we want growth, if we want to get better at following Jesus and doing the things that he's called us to do, then we really have to create margin in our day. We can't just continue to add more things to do to what we're already doing and expect to see change, expect to see results. God is asking us and desires that we transform, that we get rid of the old and make space for him to infuse us with his spirit and to bring us the new and bring us to change, bring us to the point where we can be his hands and feet, and just follow. So the fourth principle that we're going to talk about today is write it down. Write it down. We need to write it down. And this is the one that I struggle the most with, and I'm working on over the last year or so. I've gotten a lot better at writing things down. And it's the principle of clarity. And you know what I'm talking about. Like, especially when we have a desire, we have a passion to do something well, we tend to have all kinds of thoughts just spinning around in our heads. Well, what if I did it this way? What if I did it this way? What if I did it this way? Et cetera, et cetera. And if we're not intentional about writing it down and giving clarity to all those things that are bouncing around in our head, it just gets garbled, right? And it gets confusing. And eventually the enemy uses that to get us to give up. We're not seeing the results we want. We're not whatever it is because we're not writing out clear goals. We're not writing out clear ideas. We're not being intentional about giving our own thoughts some clarity. So write it down. Maybe that looks like 3x5 cards to you. Maybe it's whatever you want to memorize, or whatever your goals are, or whatever things that you have to do just that day. 3x5 card. Just write something down real quick as you think of it. Post it and organize it so that you have some clarity to just your basic thoughts. Maybe it looks like journaling to you. Maybe it's like the end of the day, you got so much in your head and you just need to get it out. Just some people are really good at that. I've tried that before, and I have to keep trying. I have to keep trying. Journaling is not my thing, but man, I could see why it's so good if we're taking the time to just get whatever is in our head out on paper so we can see it and we can clearly understand it. And whatever it is for you, maybe it's writing a book, maybe it's just taking some time to make lists. That's a big one for me. Like, I love making lists. I love being able to check things off as I get it done. So whatever it may be for you guys, take the time to give yourself some clarity. Write it down. Write it down. And again, the reason why we do that is because we want to grow. We want to strive after the things that God has called us to do, not in a striving pattern, but like a seeking pattern. We want to seek after what He has for us by creating space in our day, creating margin in our day to allow the Spirit to work in and through us on a daily basis so that we can be the change, so that our walk gets better, so that our world gets better. That's what we want. So guys, I hope that's an encouragement for you today. Seek after Him. Have a wonderful day. We will see you tomorrow. Blessings.